We back. Browns franchise. In the last episode, we ended up doing the second half of the regular season, where we ended up throughout the whole season going 8-1. And we're gonna quickly look at the retirements. I don't remember if I already looked at this or not. I definitely did, but just for the fun of it, we're gonna look at it again. Uh, Hold on, I gotta get closer to my TV screen. Tyler Larson, Trey Turner, Lucas Patrick, Derrick Henry, Tress Way, Tyrann Mathieu, Ryan Jensen, Darren Wallen, Leo Collins, Trent Brown, Aaron Donald, Devontae Adams, David Bakhtiari, Riley Dixon, Javon Hargrave, Jake Matthews, Josie Jewell, Jaron Armstead, Marcus Horns, Michael Thomas, Shaq Barrett, Matt Judon, Mike White, Sam Martin, Kirk Cousins, Davian Howard, Laken Tomlinson, Marcus Peters, Adrian Phillips, CJ Mosley, Charles Leno, Devontae Parker, Allen Robinson, Anthony Brown. We're just gonna scroll through them. I cannot be bothered to say their names. But yeah, we're gonna get into it. Sign some free agents, hopefully. If there's anyone good enough. Before we do, actually, let's take a look at my roster. Sorry, quickly sending an alarm. Alright, this is the team we're working with. Jack June. We also have Brandon James. He was a guy I have planned on multiple times trading away. It's just no team wants him, so we're just gonna keep holding on to him until we get an offer for him. Tyree Spears, Christian Watson, Cedric Tillman, David Bell, Tyquan Thornton, Brian Hoskins. We end up bringing back Tyquan Thornton. Roman Yancey and Doran Carruthers, or Deshaun Carruthers, but he tore his ACL out for the season, so we're gonna be without him. He's gonna be back, I assume, come preseason. But Roman Yancey and Trey Sermon at the moment. DTR quarterback 3, Malik Cunningham quarterback 4. We got Gil Wagner and Damon Young. We got Kenyon Green. We got Luke Whippler and Cody Bradshaw, Quinn Miners, and Evan Neal and Dawan Jones, Freddie Tolliver, Tommy Tremble, Nelson Weiner. Tommy Tremble being the fullback. Barry Milstead went from normal to superstar this season somehow. I have no idea how it even happened. He just did. First overall pick was a 79 overall normal. Now 83 overall superstar. Jeremiah Bassey also made Rookie of the Year conversation. Didn't win it, but he was at least there. Then we also have Siaki Ika and Deion Spikes, Isaiah McGuire, Alex Wright, and we have Azeez Ojulari now. We traded away Myles Garrett, and we got a first round pick and Azeez Ojulari in return. Because I said we would. We tagged and trade Myles Garrett. Christian Gaules, Greg Newsome, Martin Emerson, Rashawn Moss, Travius Hodges Tomlinson being the 5 corners, Juan Thornhill, Ronnie Hickman, Curtis Noble, Smoke Monday being the safeties, Colin Murray, Sean Foster, Stephen Leonard, Chris Barnes, Cameron Thomas, and Sam Hamilton being the linebacking crew, and then Cameron Dicker, Corey Gowry being the kicker and punter. Some faces we lost, some people we kept around. Let's see what we got. Alright, leading the pack, we got 3 tackles. I want to say, I believe both these guys, not Ryan Ramczyk, I believe both these two were free agents last season. So, guess they netted 1 mil or 1 mil, 1 year contract deals. Kicker, fullback, punter. Great to see the top six are pretty useless players unless you're looking for 1 year guys. Kicker and punter isn't bad. It's just not a very flashy position. All of these guys are 1 year rental players. No one. Devin Bush is like the first person I see here who I could see realistically getting like a multi-year deal. I mean, I could see a guy like Deontay Johnson getting it, and DJ Reed. But when I say multi-year deal, I mean like you get value out of it in multiple years. Like Devin Bush, you could probably give a 2, maybe even 3 year deal. He'd be a solid guy. We just don't need a linebacker. 5 teams offering on Adoree Jackson. It's kind of crazy. I am right now just looking for not necessarily even a position. Here's someone. Tyjae Spears, 26-year-old, 80 overall running back. We don't need running back. Zach Charbonnet, Brian Robinson. So the young positions are exclusively running backs. Jartavius Martin, 27. Sucks we don't really need safety. Osiris Torrance. That's a good free agent in my opinion. I mean, it makes sense. There's 8 teams offering him. We don't need him, but that's realistically like the best free agent I think so far. Tyree Wilson, another good one. Sam Laporta. That's a good free agent right there. Once again, we don't really need him because we have Tommy Tremble and Freddie Tolliver, but he's a good tight end. Maybe not in this game, but I'd imagine next Madden he is going to be pretty good. Hey, there's our old guy, Jerome Ford. 36-year-old Jordan Poyer. Keely Ringo, that's a good one, only 25. Alright. Well, that wasn't a great class. We're gonna just scroll through positions now, I guess. We could use another running back, even though I don't think we are gonna sign one, because we're more than likely just gonna end up drafting one. And looking at all these guys, they're all way too good. I'm looking for potentially anyone with development trait. And down at 65 overall, unless if it's X Factor or Superstar, yeah, it ain't making a difference. Alright, wide receiver, I guess. Rashid Shaheed, he was someone I wanted to sign like a few years back in the series, and we just didn't end up getting him. Very unfortunate, but now he's 29. so doesn't really fit the bill in my opinion. I mean, 23-year-old, so he has years ahead of him. We just don't necessarily need receiver. We're already set at the position. Unless, because we legit just re-signed Cedric Tillman to a longer deal. We have our, like, starting free, and do I want to sign him? That was the question. Oh, 98 speed? Absolutely. We'll give you a 2-year deal. We sit number 1 ahead of the Titans. Alright, well, anyone else? You're 26. I don't think so. If you were a bit younger, definitely. The only reason, dude's 23. I mean, Puka Nacua. He also is going to be, like, way better come next man. Alright. Tight end, no. Let's look at tackles. We just got, like, a young, like, Max Mitchell. Well, he wouldn't really be starting. CJ wouldn't be starting caliber. Right tackle. Like, 12.5 mil a year for 1 year is well out of my price range. $7 mil is still a bit much. 5.5. This is more within reasonable, but at the same time, you're 73 overall, so it doesn't do much. The reason I didn't do dev trades for O linemen is because they are so slow to dev, it doesn't really matter. Or when I say dev, I mean progress, like overall wise. $7.5 mil is just a bit too much for me for what will more than likely be a backup. I don't need outside linebackers, but inside linebackers I'll definitely take a look at. There's our guy, DeMarvion Overshawn. I'm strictly looking for development traits. We get any? I mean, down here, same thing. We're gonna need like X Factor. It makes any. So this is a scenario when the one player we're offering a contract to is a 73 overall, 23-year-old star dev wide receiver who is going to more than likely be wide receiver 5, like at the start. And we're only offering him it simply because of his dev trait. There's got to be like another position I can target. Well, let's look at the roster, find a position. I mean, realistically, I don't care if we don't really sign anyone, because that just means we have more cap space going into, next year and the year after, where uh, dude would be. Wayne Simpson wouldn't even make the starting six. Like looking at my team, we don't really need any position. Like the only one I can think of is he's a 77 overall, 31 years old, and I believe he's going into the final year of his deal. Yep. But at the same time, do we want to enlist Ronnie Hickman? Filling the shoes? I don't think so. So let's look at free safeties. Jartavius Martin is a temporary solution. Because looking at this, I feel like our best idea then is these safeties are not good unless there's some hidden dev guy. They're not good, alright? Yeah, they're just not. I think the best chance is we either draft someone or we wait until next year's free agency class where Ronnie Hickman will be the starter going into the season, assuming we don't sign anyone, and just hope there's a better guy there. Before we do anything, let's evaluate our offers. Pittsburgh jumps us. Okay, Pittsburgh. We'll jump you then. Still here. Oh, Pittsburgh jumped us and I didn't even realize. But we still signed him. Get screwed, Pittsburgh. Screw you guys. That is going to more than likely be our one and only free agent signing. I think that probably means we're gonna get rid of Tyquan Thornton then, because Tyquan Thornton was mainly a speed guy, and well, we no longer need that. Tyrese Edwards, I don't think we're drafting a receiver that early. I'm sorry, I don't think it's happening. Well, let's upgrade Glenn Simpson. Give him playmaker, scheme fit, 74 overall. That's starting now. 81 overall. Let's. Sure, we got other numbers. Ooh, let's actually scroll this way. We got 87, 2, 4, 8, 13, 14, 15, 16. I like 15. I like 13. That looks too much like Deshaun Watson. It's between 15 and 13. I like 13 just a tad bit more. Mock draft 4, is this accounting for our newly signed guy yet? Nope, still Tyrese Edwards. $5.11. Let me do some experimenting with him quickly. What would you be at running back? $71. Okay. We're gonna move you back to receiver, don't worry. Just testing. And now you're not even on the list. What was I going for? I think your days might be numbered. I mean, Brian Hoskins as well. He is going into the final year of his deal. Sorry about that. Let's look at the trade center. I want to see what we could see for getting Tyquan Thornton. I doubt any offers realistically. A young running back and a 7th round pick, outside linebacker, or a corner. I mean, Brian Hoskins, he is way cheaper, a bit younger. He would net us a second 7th, and that's it. I don't really value 7ths that much, so we'll go ahead and look at Evan Hodges. He can be that next running back I was talking about. Potentially, where now he's just kind of going to be on the roster. Trey Sermon is down to a 65. Regression is hitting him hard. I mean, his speed is dropping. I thought Trey Sermon was like super fast. He is like dropped in every attribute. Trey Target Young. Is he still like quote unquote young? I would have thought he'd be like 29 now. And for a running back, that is not young. I think we're going to keep Trey Sermon just for like loyalty purposes. He's 28. How many more years does he have? 1 year. Yeah. So like I've said with running backs, this is probably his final year. Like once you turn 29, in my opinion, that's kind of when it's like your starting days are like very numbered. And for his case, has only a 65 overall. I think his roster days are over past us, surpassed this year. You look at AJ Dillon. Realistically, I don't think he deserves another chance as a running back after the season he had last year. And I think that's going to show. I don't think he's going to get signed. Or if he does, I don't think it's going to be for the starting role. I mean, Darnell Savage, he has interest, only 30. So, he would. I don't think that's worth it, because if we're signing him for 2 years, him and Ronnie Hickman would be the same overall more than likely next year, and I think I'd just give it to Ronnie Hickman so he could develop. So we're going to say no. We're going to sign Lynn Simpson and Lynn Simpson only. However, do I get any scouting things? Because I know nothing about the free safety class. We do. We get private workouts. Let's look at the free agency recap. Alright, let's look at the signed guys. When we talk about former players of ours and division. So, Joe Thuney goes to the Bengals. Tyjae Spears also goes to the Bengals. Sharp White also goes to the Bengals. Bengals really bolstering up that running back room, it looks like. Karen Mitchell, former guy for us, ends up with the Vikings. Good for him. Jerome Ford ends up with the Bengals. The Bengals are going all in, it looks like, on their running back room. Former guy for us as well was Jerome Ford. It really hurt to cut him, but you would not have done anything. Trey Palmer signed with the Steelers. So does Trenton Simpson. Walker Little signed with the Bengals. So the Bengals making moves. Nick Harris signs. The Bengals signed a lot of guys. They're really trying to get better. I mean, they won 11-5-1. Maybe it's because the Bengals got absolutely mollywopped in the wild card round. Well, we got some private workouts to do. We're going to quickly look at mock draft 5 before, though. Ooh, it's switched to James Martin now. I don't think we're going him. Because we got Aziz. Let's look at the college players quickly. For positions I do feel like I would target. First off being middle linebacker. No. Just no. Next I wouldn't necessarily say these. This would just be for depth. But there's a lot of left outside linebackers. And there are a lot of right outside linebackers. Oops. None. A few left tackles. Although, I do want to give Gil Wagner another year, so I don't think that's in the equation. So, ideally right now, I think left outside linebacker just based on depth. But at the same time, they would never play. And then free safety. There's only realistically one. So if we're going to get that free safety, it's more than likely going to be him. What's his scouting card? He's 21, so he is young. Do I have anything free safety wise? I doubt it. Left outside linebacker. Let's just look. 6'4", 248, 6'2", 262, 6'3", 246. Then 6'5", 242. We'll do the third guy. I mean, and then for the guards we have. I think we're going to have to reach on Emmett Bryant, honestly. And then we'll do the third left tackle. Or wait, no, let's look at right tackle, actually. We'll do the round 3 through 4. Because that's realistically where I see us taking a right tackle. He's gone down a lot through the season as well, so that either means he was projected to be really good, or he has just been horrible to the point where it's a gamble if you take him because of where he was projected to go to now where he's projected to go has been nothing but bad. Alright. Want to see if I doubt we did. Did we get any 100%? We did right tackle. He only got up to 90. Left outside linebacker, also 90. Free safety, also 90. So we're just going to have to judge based off of those 90%. Which really does suck. I mean, that's 10% away from being 100. Let's pause the draft. Let's view the draft board for anyone who doesn't know. We're looking for either guys we know 100% or guys we know 90. So that Tyron Burnett guy, who I thought doing would be good because, you know, not many people, he's the third, is projected to go at 13. So we could theoretically take him, but just no. James Martin is at 85% at 26. I could look at him. Romeo Donaldson, I don't know why he's so high. Then Matt Lindley is at 35. Well, let's look at his attributes now. He's a very good safety from looking at it. All we don't know is kick return, which doesn't mean anything really. Injury, which doesn't mean a whole lot. His coverage is B or C, and his catching is A and B. I think we have a guy. I would take him. I'm not going to care about that 13th guy. I don't think I would have taken him here anyway. James Martin I want to look at too. Not great in the stat line, but from looking at this, I mean, he looks like your average old pass rusher, but nothing more. So that might steer me away. Matt Lindsay isn't projected to go for another 21 picks. But I also want to draft him in the first round so we can get his 5th-year option. Looking for 2027 first. Or like something phenomenal. The Eagles trading up 5 spots doesn't seem that realistic. We have a few teams offering us first. Like the Dolphins offering us 2 firsts. I think we take that Dolphins offer just because it's 2 first-round picks. And we simply just trade up with the pick we have. Looking at where they had my guy projected, I think he's going to be a late first, early second. I think we're going to bite the bullet and take him somewhere in the first round. That Las Vegas pick is looking very appetizing. Ooh, actually, I think that Giants pick is. Because that way, it's not in the conference. So if he gets that Giants pick, so if he happens to keep falling, now it's just simply how much do I want to press my luck? Alright, there it is. I pushed it. I'm not pushing it anymore. Before I made this trade, just before I do, where is he? Is he still here? Did he already go? Oh no, he's projected going 8 picks. I gambled. I'm not gambling another pick. Granted, I could. But, alright, Arizona. Sorry, just sirens out there. Where is Cardinals? Alright. What would you want for that? Just, you would want my 1st, 4th, and 5th. Well, I was more just gonna offer this year's second and see where that direction takes us. I know it's not going to go through, but I just kind of wanted to see the value of it. I will offer pick 88. No, pick 79. My fourth. I'm trying to be realistic here. I mean, we have 3 firsts going into next year, and 2 firsts going into the year after. I mean, let's just see where this would get us. I mean, it's right there. How do you feel about this? Alright, we'll give you that. But I'm giving you my later fifth now. I was going to see. Alright, so a second, third, fourth, and fifth from this year gets us a first round pick. Lucky for me, we have multiple thirds and we have multiple fifths, so we don't have multiple seconds, however. So once again, we're probably going to have to make a trade up for that. Alright, Matt Lindley. 21 normal dev, which does suck, but let's not be too upset quite yet. We're also looking at Emmett Bryant. Well, I think that's it, just Emmett Bryant. So let's look for him. Where is he projected to go? In 22 picks. Let's just see where it brings us, because ideally I'm looking for around late single digits, so like 8, 7, probably 8, 9. Maybe 7th, unless if I want to, yeah, I think 7th. Well, that Buccaneers pick, I don't know what number that is. Okay, that is 7th. Alright, what are we looking at now? Still in 12 picks. Let's keep testing a bit. Probably to the Rams, I'd imagine. That, ladies and gentlemen, right there is why you do not take chances. I'm guessing Luke Gilkey now is like the only center. Gonna advance to the next round. Alright. We pick it. Is he projected to go again? 4. And 36 picks. So realistically speaking, there's a good chance he's there when we're there. But I'm not gonna count on that, obviously. I gambled and I deserve the price for it. I could have easily drafted him and traded up with the Buccaneers like I said I would. Oscar Garcia, that was the right tackle, but I didn't know enough information about him, so I decided not to. I'm looking mid to late 15s. Well, teens. So like 15 through 18. Or 19, I guess. Carolina's probably going to be the destination we do. Now it's just a matter of if 5 teams pass on him. I mean, he's still at 18. Let's look at these quickly. If I don't trade with Dallas, I'm banking on him still being there. We're not trading. We're banking on it. We're a gambling man. Don't you dare, Baltimore. Division rival. Okay. Whew. Well, it wasn't the one I wanted, but it's the one I get. Luke Gilkey. Normal dev, 21-year-old. He was around 3 through 4, so this is his spot. We have a bunch of receivers at 75%. I don't think we're going to go receiver, though. So let's look at the other positions. Right tackle, we have no information about. Not that it matters anyway. There's only one tackle who's projected to even be drafted at this point. Do I have quarterback? Okay, so what did I do? Is it cornerback then? Wide receiver corner? Or the wide receiver tight end? It's corner. Not that we're going to take a corner either. Oh, we have another third just right here. Dead ass. I'm looking for a 4th this year and some other pick. So a 4th and a 5th for Minnesota is looking good because that's exactly what I would want. A 6th and a 7th. A 3rd and 2 7th in 2029. 3rd, a 6th, a 6th, a 7th. 4th, a 5th, a 7th from sold Indianapolis. I mean, George Barlow still being here is like amazing. He does not look very good, but he was projected around 1 for 2. I'm not going to take him here if he happens to be there by the 5th. I might just take him, but outside of that, is that left tackle still there today free? I mean, this is the only one really left, and he is good at agility, but that is it. He does not look worth it here. We're going simply by positional value, I feel like. Like, another end I could definitely see us drafting. Round 3 for 4, this is like his territory if he was to be here. And he, besides the 2 traits in vertical and broad, so he's not good at jumping, but other than that, he's pretty good. Take him. Trey Richards, welcome to the team. And a deal's a deal if that safety, which I hope for his sake he's gone. Good. Alright, finally, the only other thing I'm really looking at is linebacker. We got a bunch of day frees. This guy has a bunch of B for Ds. Nothing spectacular. But if all those happen to be Bs, hell, even Cs, it'd be a good pick. Just no for this guy. Jazz Truman. Probably not. Probably not. Alright, right outside linebacker. We got 3 to look at. This guy, on the other hand, let's put him. We'll check these other 2 guys, and if neither of them are better than him, we're going to take him. This is just fantastic. Reggie Jordan. Alright. Darius Murphy, welcome aboard. Was he right? Yeah. Yes. We got a bunch of picks, I'd imagine, now. I mean, Sean Mays, he's legit, like, apparently, like, a top interest. We'll just take him. Screw it. I doubt he's gonna even end up on the roster, but we'll take him. And now's kind of the section where we have so many 6th and 7ths, we would just look to trade them away for as much as we can. and we don't even have enough. Can net a fifth. We can net a fourth. We'll just do the first, fourth, and seventh I see. Alright, so far our fourth. It's unrealistic to trade with the Chargers again. I mean, these are a bunch of six. Let's just take Cincinnati's fourth. And we'll draft. We have 1/7. We'll just use it. Just want to see what they draft here, though. Howard Perryman. And with this one, Daryl Norwood. Alright. Our final pick in the draft. We'll take Keon Crawford. Screw it. Alright, there it is. One final thing we get to do. Well, we'll look at this retirement, I guess. Who called it quits? Damian Wilson. No one signed just so you realize your playing days are pretty much over. Well, gotta respect that, I guess. Not really. Matt Lindsay or Lindley, 75 overall. That's going to be very good. 71 overall, solid coming out the gate. 68 overall is pretty good as well. And then 69 overall wide receiver is solid enough. This 63 overall guy tricked me. I thought he was amazing. He was not. And then the 61 overall. Yeah. Well, there it is. That is going to do it. I hope you guys enjoyed. I did. See you guys in the next stream. Goodbye. Hope you enjoyed.